Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd give you a quick little garden tour this morning around my yard. So much to do, so let's get started. And this used to be my mother-in-law's bike, and picture the flower basket in the front. I'm going to get a basket on the back and have a whole bunch of flowers coming off of it. Just haven't figured out where. And the phlox usually gets hit really hard. This is creeping phlox. So I need to get in here and clean this all out. Up here is usually where I have all my peonies. And as you can see, they are starting to come up, but they don't flower very well here anymore. So I'm actually going to be digging out this whole area and adding more phlox. I bought a couple different colors to put in there. And this is a cherry choke tree that just keeps, we're actually going to be pulling that out because it has taken over and I've cut it down so many times, but it's spreading. So we need to take that out. Definitely one of the beds I need to, of many, I probably have like 21 areas that need to be cleaned up. So slowly but surely. Eventually, we're going to have a walkway in here coming down. When we originally moved in here, there was a garden along here, but I think we're going to be putting hydrangeas all through. So this was one of my new fairy roses that I got last year. It survived the winter, so I'm very happy. And then a bunch of catmint that I had started a couple years ago from seed. They all survived, and I replanted a bunch of sedum for some fall color. So excited to see what survived and what didn't. This lilac tree is going to be beautiful when it blooms. I will have to cut it down after because it's going to start to grow up into the power lines. And then in here, I'm going to be putting a hydrangea. I'm not sure, maybe like a key lime or a snowball. I just absolutely love them. So, and as you can see, more of the cherry choke that is spreading. So we need to get that out of here. This tree here, we bought this when we first moved in, so it's almost 20 years old. Actually, it is 20 years old because I think when we bought it was 3 years old. And we were told that it would get 6 feet by 6 feet tall. And as you can see, it's maybe 3 feet tall. It's definitely 6 feet tall now, but it just never grew. So my plan is to stake some of these limbs up a little higher. My uncle, who's a big landscaper buff, suggested. And then we're going to kind of try to see if we can get it up to grow a little more. So like I'll try to be gingerly because these do tend to break easy, we've noticed. I did give it a good pruning off all the dead stuff this year. And this is another lilac tree. And this one has the dark blooms, which I absolutely love. And then we have a rhododendron. I planted a bunch of Helleboris, so hopefully they survive. I'm not thinking, I don't know if I'll get, where it's its first year, if I'll get flowers this year. But again, more sedum, tiger lilies. And then this whole border here is catmint, all that I had planted from seed. So, and the peonies are starting to come up. And my David Austin rose, I'm so happy it survived because voles ate 3 of them. So I'm very sad. These ones are Sweden, the Swedish queen, I believe. And then my other peonies, that is a wild rose. It tends to just stay there. It blooms only once and then it dies back, but the pink on it is so beautiful. And I use the roses for tea. And as you can see, lots of narcissums. I I love these white ones with the peach in the middle. Aren't they gorgeous? So, more peonies. I will have to get in here. I've already raked this out and added lobster compost from Coast of Maine. It seems to be our go-to. I love it. It works really well. So yeah, we are putting in another walkway, and we're going to be doing raised, like flat stone. We tried to see if we like these stones. I do not. I've never liked these stones. These stones were actually along the driveway, but they might go in another project. But originally we had turned over scraps of granite, and then I had lemon thyme planted in the middle, and it looked really beautiful until now. Our entire lawn. So every year my husband keeps digging up the lemon thyme. And yes, we have lots of dandelions. We don't spray. I don't mind them. My husband's gotten used to them. I actually will use those in salads and lettuce, like a lettuce in our salads, tea. And you can see this tree here. Me and my son planted these when he was 4 in the back. They're the size of a stick. And this is how different the microclimates are in our yard. This tree, and this tree are all the same, but they are all different sizes. And when we go around this is a crabapple tree that is just gorgeous. It's getting ready to bloom. And I just had to clean out a bunch of dead sticks, and it's been taken over by, we have a real problem here with bittersweet. It's super, super invasive here. So we need to do something. And the tulips that are there have actually been coming up for 20 years now. I've never moved them. And there actually looks like there's more. So I don't know if a squirrel has been, because a lot of my tulips do disappear, and I'm just wondering if this is where they come. So yeah, right now the bittersweet that is in there, we can't even pull up. It's so strong. And we hate using pesticides and stuff on our yard, but I might have to do the method where you just put it on the tip and then you cover it with foil, and then it will kill back. And over here, so this is the other tree that is 20 years old, and it's not that big compared to the others, but and this over here needs to be cleaned out, but this is all Rosa rugosa, and actually this used to be all opened here, and I think I'm going to plant behind here. I'm going to be doing rhododendrons, and we're even thinking of like arborvitaes, so that we have more privacy, because as you can see, there's a stop sign. So, and then these are all lilacs. This is a beautiful hydrangea bush that I think last year didn't die with the drought, so that's good. But it actually used to be over against the house. But when we did put our pellet stove in 18 years ago, we had to move it because of code, and it was too close. So, and I actually transplanted all these little lilacs. Let's see, which I'll do video when everything's blooming from this group. So, and the star of the show right now is the star magnolia. Drake, come on, bub. Sorry, don't want him going the road. Isn't this beautiful? And of all the magnolias, this actually has medicinal properties. So I've never tried tincture in it. I don't know. I think a lot of them are past. Well, I could actually get a few. There are a few good buds on this one. But yeah, you don't ever want to dry or gather for herbs for medicinal purposes if they're yucky. You want to think happy plant, happy flower. And so right now, this is the longest and the best that this bush has ever. And then we have this one. Again, they were planted together. It's just, I don't know if it's because this is where our septic area comes out. This area actually even used to be really bad. When we first moved in, I had delivered right up front compost, and it was filled with